So she'll be back. So, thank you all so much for being here today. We really appreciate you. And without further ado, the person that we are all here to see today, our mayor, Mr. Troy Hill.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there I am. May have been better the first time, actually. Well, welcome. I appreciate everybody coming out, and I'm excited about this. I wanted to thank the Chamber, obviously, and Hill Country Bible Church for hosting this. Peter Horn and his team are doing great things here. Absolutely. I've seen his church go from a very small facility to now planning a larger facility, and they're just doing awesome things. I'm actually a person of faith myself. I often think of myself as an instrument to be used for God's purposes. In fact, I recently read online about what a tool I am. So I'm glad that others can obviously see this purpose as well. Well, in addition to our elected officials, are there any former elected officials in the audience? I'd like to recognize them. Mitch Fuller. Anybody else? All right. Well, thank you very much for your service. How about city staff? Can I get any city staff to please rise? Thank you all for what you do. Today I'd like to start by showing you a cool video of the construction of our water tower, which is right here. First of all, it's really cool, and I love time-lapse videos, so this is really cool. But really cool video. It actually took much longer than that even, so. Today, Leander is here. And that's what I want to talk about today. We are roughly halfway built out as a city. It'd be great if we could fast forward life sometimes to see the end result, like this video, so that it could help us make the best decisions now. How we finish this video in our city and have something that holds water or provides a good source of life is what I'd like to discuss today. Building a city presents challenges, obviously, and is much more complex than building a water tower. Going forward, there will be more challenges, and we need to be prepared for them. Even the best plans change along the way, and that can be difficult. Resistance to change is human nature and a fundamental part of life. Someone once said, "Life will only change when you become more committed to your dreams than you are to your comfort zone." Another writer said, "Life is a combination of states we have to go through. Where people fail is that they wish to erect a state and remain in it." Every city evolves in some way. It either grows or it declines. Leander is next to the it city in America. I think we all know that. We will grow. You know, I have people that say to me all the time, "I like a small town. I want it to stay that way." Well, you should have moved to Bertram. Because anywhere in Austin is growing like crazy. So we are going to grow. The question becomes, how are we going to grow, and what do we want it to look like, right? There are cities that are dependent on one or two major employers. There are cities that are lower income, cities that are higher income. New cities, old cities, fun cities, boring cities. Welcome to Dr. Seuss. I recently asked a room full of people what Leander is. I got a lot of different answers. I believe Leander is this: a community with amazing people that are building a home. Let me share some examples of what I'm talking about. This is from a resident named Tim Shear. My wife and I decided to relocate our family from Georgetown to Leander in early 2016. We purchased and closed on our dream home in Crystal Falls on April 30th of that year. We were excited for what the future had in store for us and where our life would take us. Above all, we hoped it was the right choice. We soon met our closest neighbors and a few others from our community. On July 24, 2017, a violent storm erupted over Leander. Lightning struck our home and flames soon appeared through the roof. It was complete devastation. We literally owned nothing except the clothes on our backs. My wife and children were there to watch it unfold, and I was in Los Angeles, desperately trying to return home to be with them and do what I could do. Before the first drops of water fell on the flames, and long before I arrived, neighbors and strangers surrounded and comforted my family in my absence. The firefighters tried their best to contain the blaze. They were awesome. And save what they could of our home. Sadly, they were not successful. For the following hours, days, and weeks, this community, our friends, our neighbors, and complete strangers donated clothing, toiletries, food, money, and a roof over our family's head. More than that, they gave their hearts and shoulders as we picked up and began to rebuild our lives. No one in any community could have done more. This is, recently we approved some initiatives for Hill Country Ministries. They're doing absolutely amazing work, and this is a letter to their shareholders. This has been a year of change and blessing for HCCM. In 2018, we served 9,258 families, 2,006 of them new. HCCM served 26,552 individuals with food. Over 847,650 pounds of food moved through HCCM. This is over 9 semi-truckloads of food. What is astonishing is the new families served. Overall, HCCM saw an increase of 79% year to date. These are families who have never, or it's been over 2 years, received services. We served nearly 2,000 individuals with clothing vouchers, and we were able to provide 25 vision vouchers. More than 800 new shoes for children were distributed through the Laces event. Amazing stuff, right? You know, we can talk about buildings, we can talk about businesses, but really a community is about the people that are here. And I've always said that the people we have here in Leander are what makes it great. I got the chance after Hurricane Harvey to help load supplies that were being loaded through Hill Country, and I took my son, and the thing that struck me is that the people that showed up, sometimes with just some diapers, you know, not all of them, you could tell, were able to give a lot, but they still came. They still brought something, and that's what's amazing about this community. So for those of you that don't live here, you're really missing something special. I mean, that's the best thing about Leander, Texas today. So I'll do whatever it takes to make this town something these kind of people are proud of. I believe we're on the right track through some of our community events. Our last Christmas parade brought out an estimated 12,000 people. Amazing. They saw a better tree, better floats, and a much larger event. Our July 4th festivals have gotten better every year. Sorry, Mr. Tummins, you've got the bars being raised every year. In 2017, over 15,000 people attended our Liberty Fest event. I believe people today want that sense of community and the types of development we get as well. They want to see their neighbors at their favorite restaurant, or all go to lunch after church together. To achieve that, the time is now to chart a new course. Today, we have roughly 60,000 people. We have a top-notch school system with incredible teachers and educators who do an amazing job. I'm married to one. You'd think I'd know how to say it. If you're a current district employee or retired educator, please stand. Or school board member, wherever you are, Gloria. Yeah. We have what I think is the finest police and fire departments in the state. I'd like to show our appreciation for what they do. Today, our largest employers are the school district, HEB, who we're very thankful for participating today, and the city government. We have one department store, one major hardware chain, 2 grocery stores, 5 strip centers, and some fast food restaurants. Last year, we saw several restaurant openings: Burnt Kitchen, Da Fan Club, most recently Gaetano's and Guaco Taco. If you haven't been there, please go. We had several key groundbreaking ceremonies, including the Texas Bullion Depository and Chick-fil-A. We approved the North Line development, which will be our town center. We approved a mixed-use project around a lagoon, and most recently, a Honda dealership. It's been 6 months since I was sworn in. I personally met with some of the largest developers in the state. My purpose was to tell them we want them here and see what we can do to make it happen. One was Hill Partners, Incorporated, the biggest developer of office and warehouse space in Central Texas. They're extremely interested in doing an office project here, and they want easy access to 35 from Leander, which is great because TxDOT and Williamson County are going to widen 2243. This improved access to 35 will be one of the most significant enablers in Leander's commercial growth in the future. I'm very thankful for that. I've held meetings and extended an invitation to 3 well-known restaurant chains and a larger Austin restaurant. They all plan on coming. One in 2020, and the others say we are on their list. I've told them we are on a hunger strike until they open. And I like to eat, so I hope they hurry up. I've met with one of the largest retail developers in the country who helped build the domain. They want to come here, and they're involved in negotiations today. I'm often asked, why isn't retail or many restaurants not here already? The answer from the biggest developer was simple. Leander's regulations are a little burdensome sometimes. From our smart code in the TOD to regulations about how far off a creek bed you can build on, or how long it takes for an inspection, we have developed a reputation as being tough to work with. Today, I want to make it clear, it's a new day, and we are open for business. So with that, one of our committees, our new Mayoral Citizens Advisory Committee, is currently looking at our city's brand identity and how we can better position our city to developers and potential residents. In the meantime, it's important to remember that our brand is the sum total of every action we take as a city and every interaction we have with developers and residents. When developers and homeowners think of Leander, I don't want them to think of regulations. I want them to think of 4 specific words or pillars upon which our city will be built. Profitability. A business will make money and a home purchase here will go up in value. Flexibility. We aren't here to impose regulations that reflect what we think is attractive or desirable. Instead, we are here to listen and help you succeed where you've chosen to live and work. Helpful. Our greatest role is to help others navigate the sensible regulations we will have. Welcoming. Everyone should not just hear what we want them to hear, they should feel it. You see, we are in a competitive world where all cities are trying to attract development. Go on any city's website today and you'll see this. Today, our sales tax revenue generated from businesses is $5.2 million with 60,000 people. This compares to Cedar Park at $16.86 million with a population of 75,000, Round Rock at $64.9 with 124,000 people, and Georgetown at $26.3 with 64,000 people. We've got some work to do to catch them, but we're going to do it. How? We have to stop waiting for things to happen. We've got to start making things happen. I'd like to turn the page to a new chapter where the rest of the story of Leander is yet to be written. Are we going to always agree? Probably not. The great Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top, said it best, if we both agree on everything, one of us isn't necessary. Does anyone know who Pete Best is?
He was one of the original Beatles.
Absolutely. He was the original drummer for the Beatles. One person. We did know the next... We did know the next drummer, a chap named Ringo Starr, who became one of the original Fab Four. I'm going to test you on this one. How about Jerry Baldwin, Gordon Bowker, and Zeb Siegel? They founded a small coffee company focused on serving good coffee and tea, which a coffee supply salesman named Howard Schultz turned into a cultural phenomenon. Change doesn't have to be destruction, but can be continuous improvement. I challenge all who serve in some capacity in our city to be open to change, always looking for ways of making our city better in some way. Be open to new ideas, and don't hang on to ones that didn't work or could be made better. Here are some things that seemed like great ideas at the time. I personally used 2 of these. And no, Emily, it wasn't the horse and buggy. It's my beautiful daughter. I have to have a Michael Scott moment in every single speech, just so they know I'm still around. Today, I'm committed to what our dreams of the city can be. Studies say our population will someday exceed 200,000 people. We will be the largest town in Williamson County. I'm committed to seeing the construction of a large business park with campus employers providing good, high-paying jobs. I see it in my mind, I promise. I see a town center with anchor retailers that make a difference in our sales tax revenue, with boutique stores and many great restaurants, ones that could become the premier destination for people in Leander, Cedar Park, Georgetown, and Liberty Hill. I see a new version of Old Town, which is a fun place with live bands each weekend and a brewery to go along with an array of food trucks. It's coming. I can see it being the Rainy Street North for the suburbs, maybe the next big thing north of Austin. I can see performing art at our Lakewood Park, which will be open this year, and statues around Old Town telling our city's history with statues of people like Bill Pickett, the famous cowboy, who most say was born in an area now part of Leander. His story is an American success story, and we need to hear that story. I see a beautiful new city hall in the town center or in Old Town that houses all departments and is the catalyst for daytime lunch crowds. I see rail service that has a full schedule with weekend service that brings people regularly to the Cedar Park Center for hockey games and to Leander for a cool place to hang out afterwards. I see new baseball and soccer fields at our San Gabriel Park that bring tournaments from all over the Southwest because visitors will enjoy hanging out in Leander. It's a huge economic boon for us, and we will get the hotels to house them. So how do we turn dreams into realities? First, we become intentional. We recently intentionally hired a company who will be able to tell any potential business what the customer count is around any potential location in town. That's what it looks like. It's awesome. Excuse me. It's those allergies Bridget was talking about. She jinxed me. We intentionally started a new economic development committee through the chamber guided by Bob Shaver, a very capable retired executive that brought development to cities like Frisco, Texas. In fact, we are meeting with the mayor of Frisco next week to learn about what they did and hopefully glean wisdom about what we are doing here. We will intentionally start a new culture in our city government that is based on putting the customer first. Who's the customer? Our citizens. I believe we should encourage our staff and developers to work together side by side. Each is vital to the success of the other. I am restarting our quarterly real estate roundtables so that we can understand better where the other is coming from. To our residents, I ask that you support Leander businesses. I did have a novel idea of how to help encourage residents to support Leander businesses instead of those cities next to us. This idea was copied by a famous politician, but it doesn't seem to be catching on anywhere. From Farm to Fork, Burnt Kitchen, Hardeen's, Mouton's, or Bella Sara, we have great restaurants. Let's support them. Buy groceries at H-E-B and Randall's in our city. Shop at Lowe's in Leander. Watch a game and drink a cold one at DeFan Club, Brooklyn Heights, or the Beer Market. Go to the tasting room at Leanderthal Distillery. Relax on a Friday and listen to music or eat at a food truck at Smooth Salon. Get your hair cut at Cost Cutters. Your teeth cleaned at any one of the dentists on Orthodontics Way, as I refer to it, at Crystal Falls Parkway. Use our hospitals or emergency care in Leander. attend ACC in Leander. My son started ACC today, his college career starting in Leander at ACC. That's a good thing. Join a gym here. Use a Leander Realtor. And if you eat at a good restaurant somewhere else, tell the manager about Leander. If your family friend owns their business, tell them this is a great place to own a business. Go to a great church here, like this one, and listen to men like Peter Horn, Mark Brown, and Brian Lightsey give life lessons we all should live by. Support charities like Hill Country Ministries. I know what you're thinking. Does it really matter what we do? Can we really make a difference? I believe if we work together, put aside old rivalries, and row in the same direction, that we can achieve great things. I was elected in June with a mandate for change. I believe that should unite us all to join together and do whatever it takes to get the job done. Today, I'm making one request of our residents, our council, developers, and member of the chambers. Climb in the boat. None of us can row it well by ourselves. Which boat do you think will get there faster? I can't guarantee the waters won't sometimes be rough, and sometimes sharks, especially on Facebook, will circle the boat. But I can guarantee a heck of a good time and some great stories to tell. So what is the state of the city today? Excited, grateful, and very optimistic about our future. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.